Hello and welcome to a scene for Hong Kong Classic Cards. Today, Arthur and Charlie are seeing about getting a team together to go and deal with the city, to go and speak with the city father.
Yay! Adventure!
Alright.
Impossible streaking.
Yay! Nakedness.
Yeah,
Alright.
no.
So Arthur will meet with the rest of the group at the Emerald Mother in the Umbra. Easiest because there's a lot of wild spirits around there. Probably be keeping the net spiders at bay for the most part.
You want quite literally, they're keeping the net spiders at bay. That place is a rank 3 freehold.
Right. So Arthur, I guess, will show up first. He's re-dyed his jacket again. It's now bright orange, and he's wearing denim. He's wearing jeans, boots, and a black T-shirt with orange lettering that says "Halloween is just around the corner." He's got a satchel with him, and he'll wait for Charlie and everybody else to show up.
Charlie, being the closest, will probably be the first one. Second one there.
Hey, Charlie. Is Jolie coming?
Hey, which one?
Jolie.
He should be. I think he's picking up Lillian.
Okay.
Here. And through the magic of time warp and space, they both show up at the same place. Because I gave Lillian a jade. Now remember, if you break it, you just wind up back in the real world at the same place. And you owe me money if you do.
It's just some
So,
jade.
It's magic jade. No
Yeah.
breaking the magic jade.
Yeah, and that costs money, so you're going to have to pay me if you break it. It's
Does it
not
cost
free.
as much as normal jade?
Yes.
That's not normal jade.
Well,
Don't-
technically, the ingredients used to. It's complicated, and there's a list. But it costs money to make it, so you're going to have to owe me if you break it. Like a lot of people that actually broke it when we had to make our escape, but whatever. Still,
Okay.
anyway,
Nice.
let's meet up with the rest of them.
Is this before or after the wall generating building became a molten rubble?
It's after.
After.
Just why Arthur's like, oh, by the way, guys, whatever they did inside the construct kind of fucked with local energy patterns. It's not a good thing. Of course, that energy patterns tend to shift all the time with the ley lines, but this is something rather drastic. If I were to make a guess, there may have been a node inside the construct itself in the form of a nuclear reactor or power energy generator, and when it melted down, it got blowed up. Just my theory.
Oh.
If
I'll
that
have
was a
I'll have
nuke,
to
and
investigate the number one.
I can just safely say, college nuke. If it blowed up, we'd be dead. So if there's a
not this
nuke
type.
under there, it could. Can we
Well-
get out of the city?
Lillian, not this type of energy reactor. What the technocrats do when I've ever been inside their construct before is they build a giant energy reactor around their nodes. Yeah, I let mine run free because why bother bottling up creation? But the technocrats like everything in the sense.
So when we blew it up, we released all that pent up energy, and it messed up stuff.
Yeah.
Does this have anything to do with the dragon lines and the dragon nest?
Yeah, we all call them different things. Also, energy tends to formulate differently. The stuff that Charlie's people have is the same type of quintessential energy. It just makes a different form, less refined, but it powers their stuff. Where our stuff is the pure refined essence of reality itself, and we use it for our stuff. Just like the changelings have their own version of it that is more elaborated, you could say, and they use it for their stuff. So, yes, Jolie, dragon lines and ley lines are fairly the same thing. I mean, dragon nests are probably have a different form of the quintessential energy that your people use for it as well.
That would explain why that cockroach's children got more numerous back at the Sept.
It could very well be, yeah.
Okay. So what's the plan then?
Well, I've got two locations where we can. One of the locations that I pinpointed as being most likely to find City Father was near the construct. But given that that place is probably a mess right now, we should avoid it. There's two other places. The most likely place, in my estimation, is the old city. There's a higher concentration of ley line energy there, so it's very possible that City Father could be making his place there. If not there, there's one other spot, and that would be the mall. At the mall, it's a high civilization area, a high place of commerce. Probably going to run into a bit more weaver spirits there, but as long as we don't mess with them, we should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, not tapping into the data streams. Not pulling that one again. At
Yeah,
least for right now.
you shouldn't need to, Charlie. I mean, right now, all we need is to make our way there, try to find City Father and speak to him if we can. Otherwise, same with the mall. I'm hoping this doesn't degenerate into something bad. Really hoping. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Alright.
Right, so Arthur
Okay.
will be leading them off in the direction of the old city. Do you want me to roll knowledge cosmology?
Oh.
Or perception occult to navigate it.
That would be perception or primal urge for me, but I need to do a roll.
I think for me it's intelligence.
Yay! I actually passed my nightmares roll.
Nice.
Yay.
So actually, with werewolves, if we're navigating the Umbra, I think it's perception primal urge.
As
Okay.
Deb, is it for me? It should be intelligence cosmology, right? Or is it perception cosmology?
To cross into the Umbra,
No,
To navigate it.
to navigate it,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say go with an intelligence cosmology and then a perception cosmology. One is to be aware of what you need to look out for, and one is to actually spot it.
Got it. Oh God, that sucks.
Oh, I'm
That's
pointing
hot.
out. I'm pointing out stuff to Arthur and probably grabbing his collar before he goes into something bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things
And
like don't step on the spiders. I mean, you should, it's. Let's put it this way. Charlie's probably used to navigating cities, so he's gonna be quite able to make sure that everyone gets through without, kicking spiders or getting stuck on webs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was probably the worst roll I've ever made in this game.
Yeah, right when you,
No
right when you,
idea.
yeah, right when you try to like look around, you raise your foot, and all of a sudden you feel Charlie grab the back of your collar, and he just gets your attention by pointing downwards. You see a pattern spider.
Oh, sorry, little guy. That would have been bad. Charlie, do you want to take the lead on this?
Probably a good idea.
All right, I'll back you up with what I know.
All right.
So yeah, Charlie's quite capable of getting them to the rough location in the Umbra. Figuring out exactly what you're looking for is going to be a bit trickier once you get there, but you can get to, you know, the right.
That's going to, yeah, that probably with me would be constitute another perception primal urge roll, I'm thinking.
Yep. Like I said, you're able to handle getting across the city, dealing with all the dangers of crossing the city. You get to the right street, and you're like, well, I can feel the energy here, but figuring out exactly where it's coming from is a bit of a tricky thing.
Okay, I'm going to roll a rete for prime site. It's a
okay, do I see any big mound? Because I need the mound to activate this ritual.
Wow.
Do you see any what?
A big mound, a place, kind of like a formation of dirt that's a bit higher. You know,
Not
A hill.
really.
a hill.
I mean, there's the usual kind of hills, but
Yeah, I need one. I don't need a lot of them. I just need one. Perception alertness to find one.
okay.
Okay,
so
so
rollers with crap today.
I get 6, and I see 1. Okay, I go to the nearest high ground, and I'm going to start the ritual. Trace the dragon's blood. So, yeah, you can see Jolie putting some jade there on the ground, and I'm going to let's see under stay clock. They are perception occult difficulty 8 in case the place is cloaked, and I get, wow, 1 success.
Okay. And what does this ritual actually do?
Well, trace the dragon blood is utilizing your own key to see the streams. AK, you see the dragon lines where they converge, and you see them clearly. And since I've rolled for it, I see them even if they're cloaked. It's a
Okay.
diff 8.
Well, you can see that they seem to be concentrated around this tiny little house towards one end of the street. Well, it's not really a house, but it is a small building. And oh yeah, you should also note that everyone will notice that Jolie has some kind of. Well, actually, no, it's Lillian that's more likely to attract Banes, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Lillian's got strange shadows following her.
Right. Arthur's going to look to see if the spirits are there.
Like I said, there are spirits. There are Bane spirits following Lillian. They look like kind of almost like ghosts, like skulls in clouds.
Okay.
There's a few rat spirits kind of wandering around. There's lots of
I've got Network 1, so there's some spirits following me as well. Give
yeah,
me info.
yeah.
Okay,
There's gonna
so
be fewer spider spirits. Yeah, while you're in the Umbra, you can see them. Everyone can see them.
mhm.
They're just kind of
Arthur's going
following
to
you
take a drink
around.
from this glass.
You don't know that they usually follow you around. You just know that they seem to be following you here.
No, she remembers when it was, I think it was Michael or some other mage mentioned that she was being followed by spirits. And now
Charlie
she,
actually called attention to it because he wanted to test that theory out, and he peeked across the gauntlet in front of you.
Right. Sam, if you roll me a perception, I'm going to go with awareness. Perception awareness roll. Meanwhile, the rest of you are busy tracking the spiritual connections and the ley lines and everything to this small building towards the far end of the street. And when you get closer, it looks a bit like looks a bit like a very small temple.
I believe I got one success.
Yeah, some of these skulls and the mist sometimes it kind of fits a bit into faces, and some of the faces look familiar, vaguely familiar.
Yeah. So after Jolie found out where they converge, he leads the team that way.
Alright.
And you're able to locate the temple,
Mhm.
and inside the temple there are absolutely no pattern spiders inside this temple.
Yay!
But at the same time, there's not really much in the way of many spirits in the temple. The ones that are in the temple seem to be like busy paying their respects and then leaving the temple again. Almost like how people go to a temple and they stay quiet and do their business and then they leave. And there's a very large, as much as it looks like a temple, and like you'd probably expect there to be a temple there in the real world, in the Umbral version, the shrines aren't really shrines. There's just one great big chair in the middle where you'd think that the main shrine would be. And there's an ashtray next to it with one of those great big long pipes. You know, the really, really long pipes that you see the old Chinese men chewing on. And there's smoke coming from the pipe, but there's nobody sitting on the on the very large chair.
3 successes on a perception primal urge to see if this is the right place.
Okay. Well, you can get the feeling that this is a place of power. This is a place that belongs to a powerful spirit. But it doesn't seem to be here right now.
This is a domain of a powerful spirit, Arthur, but it's not here right now.
So if we go based upon that theory, would be 3 places he would sit and have audience. This is one of them, but he's not here.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'd be at the other place right now, considering what happened. So we try them all then.
The mall.
The mall.
Yeah, the mall. Have to go to the mall.
Rolling intelligence cosmology. That's more like it.
Yep,
4 successes.
you're able to find your way there. There's a lot of minor spirits crawling all over them all. You've got spiders. You've got small money spirits that look a bit like animals made out of coins that are jingling against each other as they move. Like there's nothing joining the coins, but they're making like an animal shape as they lift and clink back down. You know, like those animals where you pull the string on the bottom and they're made out of all the wood bits and they have the string running through them, and you pull the string and it goes tight and they stand up. And when you let go of the string, it kind of looks like they would be one of those, but there is no string and they're made out of coins that are just clinking as they're walking.
Lily is just looking at them and just, oh, they're adorable.
Don't touch them.
Yeah.
There's not much in the way of wild spirits here.
I wouldn't think there would
There
be.
were kind of wild spirits back in the other place. Like I said, they weren't really hanging around inside the temple, but there were quite a few wild spirits considering it's the city. Whereas here, there's the usual weaver spirits, but there's actually quite a few stray banes wandering around as well.
Kind of figured that veins of greed,
Yeah,
lust,
yeah,
gluttony.
yeah. You've got some small dragon spirits fluttering around, but
Oh, I
and
want one.
some of them seem kind of. I mean, some of them give you the impression of being more Gaian. Some seem a bit less so. But they're just kind of spirits of money and greed, in a way.
Is that a dragon? Can I get a dragon, guys?
Don't touch the spirits. Bad
Okay.
enough you're taking pains around with you.
I'm going to activate the Yang sight so that I can detect which one would be the biggest spirit here. So, spending the
More
willpower.
perception, primal urge, nothing yet.
Yeah. I mean, you can see
Going to
that there are
reach
lots of these spirits flying in and out and around this wall.
Wow, that was the same roll.
2 successes for prime sight to locate the leyline energy.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
Well, basically, all of you figure out in your own different ways, based on where the ley lines are pointing, where the Yang energy is pointing, where the spirits seem to be coming and going from the most. I mean, they're going around them all over the place, but they also seem to be like coming and going from a central point. So you find your way through various different means up to the second floor and along the hall, and there's this large room, and it is covered in bling.
Whoa.
I mean, absolutely covered. But it's not just gold and diamond. You've got you've got watches hanging from the walls. You've got all sorts of stuff going on, and
I'm so glad Gust isn't here right now.
and the middle guy, the one with a bit of a blonde hair and the blingy jacket, is sat with one leg kind of crossed over the other, lounged across this big, and it looks like a cross between an easy chair and a throne. Like if you could imagine soft gold, that would be what the material on this easy chair would be made of.
Nice.
And he's just kind of lounged across this thing.
Yeah,
So it's
and
it's
this
already
person
cool.
pings at the most Yang filled of the spirits, right?
Yep.
Okay.
and he's chatting away about the latest, most awesome and rad thing coming from. He's sounding very Western as he's chattering away about the most awesome thing that has recently hit the area, about this new phone, and talking about
I work for Glassmore. I probably
yeah.
have an updated version of it.
Lillian is still trying to find dragons to look at.
Well, there are lots of little ones kind of coming in and out and flying around. He's actually got a bunch of them sat near him that he's talking with at the time about all these various different things. It's this clutch of dragons just sat next to him as he's chatting with them. And
Okay, one thing. I'm kind of glad we didn't go for the military one. I think we blew up the military one. Out of
No.
character.
Why is he allowed to be near the dragons?
Because he's the dude. He's the big guy.
Arthur will walk forward. He'll get down into a bowing position and hold his hands up like this and say, "I beseech an audience with the city father."
out of character, I assume you look like your picture, so fairly Western.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of an accent does he have?
Greenwich, Connecticut accent. So
When you
northeastern.
said Greenwich, I was thinking England, but no, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Okay.
No.
Um,
English accents, Lillian.
yeah, when you approach, he looks interested, and then when you speak, he's just like, boring.
Hey man, I got something for you. Arthur's going to reach into his bag. He's going to pull out one of his enhanced blunts. He's going to hand it to him.
Drugs!
No.
Lillian's just gonna look at Arthur for a second, and then like, Arthur, are you really trying to bribe and or drug the... It's the spirit of the city, right, guys?
Dude,
Yeah.
He's gonna take it, light it, take a deep breath. What does Lillian look like, by the way?
She looks like the image, actually,
Okay, and
but longer hair.
and what accent do you have?
English.
English.
My accent in real life is Canadian, but yeah, English.
Excellent. He's just going to walk up, sling one arm round Lillian's shoulder, and be like, "Hey,
Hey!
fancy a girl like you coming and hanging out in my little corner of the world?"
Oh dear Lord, that'd be out of character. That'd be such an ugly hybrid.
Lillian is very, very confused.
oh, yeah, you know what the blunts do, right? Yeah.
Yeah?
You know what the blunts do, right?
No, not especially.
Combination Life 2, Spirit 2, Prime 1 Rogue that heals any injuries and makes the person feel absolutely fantastic. It's like super bluntage.
Fair enough.
Charlie has a stash of it.
The most effect on a powerful spirit, though.
I know.
Yeah.
For him, it's like normal bluntage.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Charlie
Nice.
has a stash of it.
Nice.
He's
to meet
currently
you.
smoking it in a fairly relaxed, slightly. He's not. He's not quite ogling the same way Adam does. It seems a little bit more.
Contained.
Well, a little bit more contained, but also kind kind of a "you're awesome, I'm really awesome, we should discuss awesome stuff," that kind of an attitude.
This is the first time Lillian, as a character, has experienced someone going, "You're awesome," since the vampire thing.
So, which part of England are you from?
Oh, I don't actually have an answer for you. Probably.
That was an in-character question, so feel free to.
Somewhere in the Greater London area, she'll mention. So not London City in general, but the Greater London area. And out of character, it's like how New York is made of 5 boroughs, which is Manhattan, etc.
No, I know London is made of something like 23 different cities that all got squidged together. But yes, and his response is going to be, "That's so cool. Always wanted to go to London. Thought she'd be one foxy lady."
Arthur just kind of chuckles.
Jolie looks perplexed because this
So
is
have you ever met the Queen?
No, I haven't, but I've met one of the various princes.
You do realise if nobody actually starts saying something to him, he's just going to keep asking her questions about England.
She's just gonna keep answering and blushing. Elaine, for the very first time, is blushing.
Jolie sighs.
And is just smiling.
Okay.
And
Okay,
he looks at Arthur to actually get on with it, make the get on with it motion to Arthur, so that no.
Yeah, before the city father tries to bone Lillian.
No, it doesn't look quite like that. That's what I was saying. As much as it seems vaguely similar to hitting on someone, it's not sexual. It seems more,
Fact-finding.
well, yeah, but more like he sees her as associated with something that he likes, if you see what I mean.
Okay.
I know exactly what you mean. But yeah. Still, Jolie makes the motion to Arthur to get on with it.
Not to
Have you met any other city spirits?
I wanted to ask you a few things, if you don't mind, Hong Kong.
Sure, I suppose so. Would you like some tea?
Oh, that would be lovely. I haven't had a good cup of tea in a while.
Yes.
Sure.
And two of the dragons will fly over with a complete tea set that has like Union Jack designs on it, but is also really really fancy at the same time.
Thank you for your hospitality, Hong Kong. How do you like the smokage, by the way?
It's all right.
I'm sure it's nothing compared to stuff you've had yourself, but it's my personal one.
So, have you ever met any other city spirits?
No, it's a bit difficult to travel. Kind of tied to the land.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
We're actually wanting to know a few things about the technocrats. That is, if you don't mind talking about them.
He'll seem to tense slightly at your comment.
Sorry, we're trying to figure out what they're up to, especially since one of our friends were idiots and decided to attack them last night.
his eyes are going to widen, and then suddenly just like that, he's changed from the middle person to Mr. Military,
Awesome.
and he's shouting, and he's completely let go of Lillian and is shouting right in Arthur's face in Cantonese.
Charlie can
I mean, the
understand.
little guy was speaking in English the entire time. This guy is yelling at you in Cantonese. I don't know if you understand Cantonese.
I don't, but I'm going to roll spirit speech to translate. And
I do.
I do.
that's 2 successes.
Why would you attack that place? Why are you traitors? You're traitors.
We didn't. We have a dumbass that attacked it, and he's been punished for it. Or he'll be punished further, I'm sure. We're just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why are the technocrats running roughshod over you?
The technocrats are bringing the power of China.
Of what?
They're bringing the
Technocrats are
power.
bringing the power of China.
Oh.
And
What?
as he yells this, he spots the teacup and the tea set and starts smashing the tea set.
Lillian's got one of the teacups in her hand. And
Yeah, he smacks it right out of her hands, smash on the floor. And he's
Huge.
yeah.
Arthur, what did you get yourself into? And I'm glad I took this one now.
Lillian's just gonna go behind Arthur now. Just walk behind him, facing
How
the
are my
city spirit.
monsters going to react to that? Just out of curiosity, there's a vampire hiding behind me.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting. And 1 success on persuasion, which all I needed. So now my social rolls are lowered by 1. Lowered difficulty by 1. Charisma etiquette?
Arthur, did his entire personality demeanor change because... And did he basically just become a new person?
It's
The answer to that out of character, the answer to that is yes.
Arthur's like, it's kind of like multiple personalities. He represents all of Hong Kong, and
Oh, so this is the part that wants to reconnect with China.
this is the part that was the military base.
Oh. Worse! Got it.
Of
Worse.
course,
Yeah.
connect with China. China is the way forward. We are a part of China. The People's Liberation Army will deal with all traitors.
Arthur's just like, but you have to understand, they're not trying to reconnect with China. They're trying to bring you down to their level, and that's not worthy of you.
They're trying to disconnect you from China.
The technocrats are working for the People's Liberation Army in the Research and Development Department.
Oh, that's what they told you. Yeah, I've heard that before, actually. No, what they're actually trying to do is turn you into a weapon against everything else that you stand for. They're not about liberation. They're about subjugation. They're trying to turn you into one of their walking, talking automatons. Trust me, I've seen it before. I saw it in New York. You don't want to deal with these people like that.
Also, the simple fact that they were in New York is pretty indicative of things, because that would mean they wouldn't actually be working for the Chinese liver. Should I shut up at any point? Tell me, guys, because
It's okay.
yeah, that's a good point, actually. They wouldn't be.
By the way, the little dragon collection that were sitting there and chatting away happily with Mr. Middle Guy have all kind of scattered out the room.
Lillian is sad. All the pretty is gone.
The room is still blinged out, but all the dragons have
Yeah.
blown off.
That's why I came to see you. To see if you understood what was going on, to see if you knew what they were planning to do to you. They're going to turn you into a gigantic military construct and wipe out your personality. All of it.
They're the
not-
traitor.
China needs the military strength that is provided by the technological aspects of the technocrats.
But then they're going to do the same thing to the rest of your family, the people in China. All the cities there are going to get turned into the same thing. You guys won't be able to exist anymore. They're going to stamp you down like you're
China
nothing.
is full of strength. China is full of pride.
Yeah, once
You're traitorous prattling.
you don't
No,
understand.
No,
I'm trying to save China. I'm trying to save you from being caged and sucked dry for your energy. Do you think that's strength? No, I guarantee whatever cities they have over in China, they're doing the same thing too.
They've been trying to disconnect you from your sibling Shanghai. They've already done it through the Moon Bridge network.
do you not feel the big wall that's separating you from the mainland? Or
The wall is protecting China from the Western influence. We must drive it out of Hong Kong.
that's not helping at all. China's been influenced by
China
the West
is
for a while.
actually mainland China is actually disconnected from you right now.
It's not actually doing anything because the morals are still getting across. In fact, it's probably making the Western influence stronger, if anything.
Yeah.
I mean, to be entirely honest, I really want Lillian to roll academics plus intelligence right now. To like give an analytic debate of why.
How much dice?
She's got 6, but because her intelligence is 4, she has a special ability in analytics.
Okay, so your tins explode, which right now they don't. Hold on.
I have a die roller. I can use the die
Okay.
roller.
Alright.
Well, that's 4 successes.
Wow.
So you can probably give a very reasoned argument if he had the slightest interest in listening to you.
Well, her
Charisma
entire face is
leadership? Charisma leadership?
Yeah, because unlike the first guy that seemed to like you, this guy does not seem to like any of you.
leadership plus charisma? This is not going to work. This is not.
One success ends straight out Cantonese, but sir, even right now, you're disconnected from Shanghai.
Not really sure that's a leadership role.
Well, how would I word this?
If you want a leadership role, it's more about trying to, order people to do things.
Okay,
Which is generally not recommended with spirits. Especially
charisma etiquette?
that's probably
Right
more
now, I'm at a
charisma
one.
persuasion. If you've got some
Say
charisma,
again?
Let's think.
Charisma subterfuge or charisma empathy?
That one sounds like a good
Empathy.
empathy. Because
Yay, that's one more dice.
Because you're trying to kind of.
Oh dear God.
Nice.
Yes! Yeah.
And
Success!
full Cantonese too. Thank you, Julian. I will be getting you some nice things later. How do I word this out of character?
You're trying to appeal to his emotions, really.
Yes.
So you're trying
You feel
to.
a sense of patriotism.
Yeah.
sir, you want to be strong. You want to be independent, right?
And just like that, you're going to end up with the old dude. He's going to
Yes.
look down, nudge the broken crockery, then just kind of sigh and walk over to sit down on the big chair, giving it a bit of a nasty look as he does so.
The chair?
Yeah, the chair.
It's not his chair. It's this is the one that's supposed to be in the temple out in the out
Yeah,
in
but
the
you
other
brought,
location.
you brought in the traditional one.
Yeah, I brought in the traditional one.
Hi. This is...
Oh Lord.
Spirits are weird.
This one is
Arthur just kind of looks at her like, did you just say that in front of the greatest spirit in the city?
All Charlie would say,
I like to think she's trying to say it, and then Charles just puts his hand over her mouth.
Nice.
Okay. Add character. Okay, how do I reward the rest of this? Because that was 4 successes. I got a little bit before I had to roll again.
You're going to want to appeal to. Let's put it this way: your empathy is going to tell you that whilst one tends to deal more in militaristic terms, which is fairly obvious, and also the modern China.
Yes.
This guy seems quite a lot more traditional. So.
Which I'm kind of figuring because he basically the person that spoke to him is attached to a feudal system and both with the nation and changelings, which is what I was thinking.
That's probably the kind of attitude you're going to want with this guy.
He will bow to this one.
Who will nod
as well.
Will nod his head.
Hey, I'm completely out of character, completely a white boy in this. So I am going to probably be using a lot of common sense in this.
Okay.
Lillian's gonna curtsy.
The
He's just going to ignore that completely.
a lot of respect and deference to this one. The technocracy. Okay. With my empathy, how would I approach this? Of saying this, I've got the respect, I've got the whole thing going. I need the words out of character.
Yeah, probably something along the lines of, we would respectfully appreciate any information you can give us regarding the technocracy and their impact in the city, which we believe to be detrimental to you and your kind. Things along that line. Think the way that Zhu tends to talk. This one would like Zhu.
Honorable City Father, we respectfully request any information you could give us that will help us defend you against the technocracy. That because this it is detrimental element in your domain and a threat.
I know very little of the technocracy. Once I was the entirety of myself. Then the British came and I was split. Then the British left. Now I'm split again. And they all me. But some of us deal more directly with the technological aspects of the city than others.
Question?
Yep.
Lillian raises her hand. So, did you hear what we said to the other two then? I don't know these things, and I don't know if I should be repeating myself about.
I'm vaguely aware of it. It is not as simple as it used to be. We are all me. He just looks. He does sound tired.
Arthur's trying very hard not to look sad, even though he feels it right now. He really does.
Yeah, even though Charlie's a wild altitude tribe, he's even feeling sad.
Lillian is English pride. The sun never sets in the English Empire. And that's still somehow true in the spirit world. And it's actually English pride just going over Lillian's head.
Great City Father, we humbly request any aid you can give us towards stomping out this foe. We believe that the technocrats mean not only the destruction and subjugation of your greatness, but of your brothers and sisters throughout the world. We do not want to see this continue. You and your kind are too important, too precious to lose.
Nods. Strokes his beard slightly. Reaches out as if he's going to pick something up. Realizes he's sitting on a completely different chair. Sighs.
Arthur's gonna look through his pack and he's gonna pull out some tobacco. And he's gonna look around and see if there's anything he can use to make a pipe for him.
Pipe bomb?
Pipe for
Pipe.
And if you give me a perception crafts roll.
the straight perception. That sucks. Hey, one success.
Okay, so you're able to find something that will do the job.
He'll tap it down appropriately, and they'll hand him the pipe, or what he can use as the pipe.
Yeah, and he'll nod appreciatively, puff on it slightly. I know much of what I know, but not all. The youngest of me is the most well versed in these matters, and he is not pleased with outsiders.
You're referring to the one that you replaced right now?
Yes.
I got that feeling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if you're talking about the clothes, then you didn't need the right because you came through using the Jade Talisman rather than through the gauntlet itself. Which is handy.
I believe that that side of yourself is being misled by the technocrats. They have ways of making themselves appear to be lawful representatives of government when in fact they are a shadow organization. He doesn't see how, as the technocrats get stronger, you and the rest of your kind get weaker. They won't be satisfied until everything is broken down to rationality and observable experimentation. I've seen what they do to spirits, how they twist and manipulate them. I don't want to see that happen any further.
What you don't see is that their successes make him stronger.
Question? No, you go first, Arthur. You have a question too.
I don't understand how that's possible. How they can how they can make him stronger while weakening everything else that has to do with the spirits of the city.
I get it. It's just like when, well, history. The strength becomes concentrated to him because of military might. Well, the greater whole of the city falls. And that's what we need to prey upon for him to show him his weakness. That or somehow destroy him and separate the parts to the other two halves.
Don't even think of doing that sort of thing.
I am giving suggestions here. I don't know how spirits work. No offense. Do I just call you Hong Kong?
I am the city. They do not weaken the city by being here. They change it.
But that is something that you must see as obscenity. They're doing away with the proud traditions of your city to replace it with these technological abominations.
I am the oldest of me. I have seen many great changes in this city. This is something which changes me and brings that aspect of me out more, gives him power. But
Could we show him that it's fleeting?
it's not.
So,
The spiders that have come with the growing of the city and that work their way in making the buildings grow higher. They tire me, but they do not weaken all of me. And I've got a phone call, so talk amongst yourselves.
Right.
I'm already thinking. I think Charlie's already thinking he needs to add an extra shrine made and stuff.
You think the native sept will help us in this?
He's technically of the Weaver, and so is Cockroach. It wouldn't be unheard of. It's not like he'll be another heart. It's just he will be represented as Sept, and it will help him keep his strength up.
You broke up on it. Breaking up pretty badly.
The shrine it wouldn't be a second heart. It'd be more, even though that would be the greatest help to him. It would be a little minor help to keep his strength up to where where it could probably tip the scales into our favor, or gain strength. While one gains strength, the other one does too in a small dose.
Right. I don't know what we're supposed to do. I thought that we could appeal to his desire to remain a free entity, but
It's we're appealing to one side of him. If we can somehow appeal to all three sides, we could probably at the same time we could probably make the most headway.
how do we force him into all three roles at once?
A united effort of contrast. Point out there's tradition, military, and New Ageism in all of this. Force him to accept that he has to be all three at once.
That would end badly.
Forcing him to fuse, probably, maybe permanently.
I didn't catch that. What?
He wants to fuse them all into one entity rather than three individuals.
But if we
basically, it's the same treatment as split personality disorder. Make one personality become the dominant of all three, except the others.
But if I remember correctly, that typically forces the dominant personality into control, which would be the military.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry about that. Out of character phone call. People can be annoying in their timing.
Yep.
It's alright.
Yeah. We could technically do a whole subversion thing and cause the other two personalities to get dominance, in a sense. We could do that.
That's a bit beyond my ken.
Well, that's the suggestion I got. Because if we're talking to split personality, and you want to make one dominant, there's also technically trying to get them to coalesce and understand each other.
Yeah, get them basically to all on one page. Because technically, I've actually heard rumors that Japan has the tradition, but it has military. It is both tradition and military and New Ageism in one entity. If we can get this city father to do the same, but how is the problem? Because if he's going to basically, I just realized something. When it's basically when I did the charisma empathy role, he attuned to me, hence the feudal. If somebody, Arthur and Lillian do the same thing, it might force try to force force them to switch and possibly have a convergence at the same at that moment.
Okay. Well, do we want to go back into character and talking with him?
Yeah, if we need to. I'm starting to run out of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is only going to end well, poorly, both.
I still have persuasion up.
He was saying that that the technocrats are making one aspect of him stronger, and pointing out that cities change.
We cause the city spirit itself to change and make it. We were thinking cause the city spirit itself to fuse and causing it itself to change.
I'm a reflection of the city. The city is a reflection of me. As the city changes, as the technocrats change the city, it changes my energy.
What would happen if you were able to all three be on the same page, so to speak, sir?
We are all me.
They're all you, yes, but different aspects of you. If you three all became one aspect,
He'll sigh. If the city was all the same, then I would be all the same. This is, to a degree, what the technocrats seek to achieve.
To eradicate what's left of you and make the youngest the dominant part.
He'll nod. And he does look tired.
we gotta strengthen him.
You broke up on that, Charlie. I mean, James.
Basically, we had to strengthen. If we want any help from City Father, because one side of this side of him and the other one are willing to help us, we got to strengthen the other two to basically overtake the youngest, which is the military materialistic one. It's just which one to pick, though.
They're all him. I mean,
They're all him.
If we do something like that, we're no better than the technocrats.
I don't want the one that's like me.
Yeah, you have a big expense account or something, because spending a lot of money is probably going to do it.
Well, I'm thinking we offer him gnosis, but I only have one in my own body, except for the one you gave, the extra you gave me.
And that's not really gnosis. I don't know. Arthur puts his hand, and he opens it up, and he's holding a ball of quintessence. And he holds it forth to City Father.
Thank you, child.
I'm giving him.
And he'll take it and he'll put it in the pipe.
I'm taking 3. Basically, that was me giving up 3 quintessence for my own avatar.
Nice. Yeah, he'll take it and he'll put it in the pipe.
I don't know if there's anything I can do to help in this situation.
I don't think your magic would work. That would be too drastic change.
You're looking at things backwards. You want my help to change the city, to remove the technocrats. But what would help me is to change the city and to remove the technocrats. I am the city and the city is me.
Alright.
All that is tradition, that is history, that is memories of what China used to be. That is what I am. And I have been fading for a long time.
Is there no way to influence your other self with that knowledge? To see what China's becoming under technocratic control?
There's a new China.
We gotta protect China itself alone. Oh, crud. I just had a really bad. I had a freaking glasswalker thought.
There are no more emperors.
Stepping in it, Deb?
There are no more emperors. The China that I was once a part of, that I am linked with, has gone. The influence of the British, the English that came here and broke me the first time, that dwells here. It has grown stronger, and then they left. And the new China has returned. The new China has taken back the city. And that is where the youngest of me comes from.
Like all youngest, he's being misled. He's naive to what the desire of being reconnected with China really entails.
If we destroy military locations, will that weaken that part of the spirit?
You know what you're asking? You're talking about declaring an open war.
On the city itself, and that's not a good idea.
I'm asking questions for solutions.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't pleasant.
You're looking at the buildings and not at the people.
You have to, of course.
The beliefs that people hold, the things that people consider important, how they see the city and how they see themselves within the city. These are the things that go into making me.
And the only way we could influence them towards fighting the technocracy is by breaching the accord, not to mention every stricture that our kinds have towards the influence of the sleepers. It's a no-win situation.
My job as a vampire is really to make sure that type of thing doesn't happen. Wow. This...
The technocracy have found what China wants. And they are providing it. They're providing the strength that the military wants. They're providing the order.
That's what they're good at.
And that is what the new China is based on. Much as the old China was. Order and strength. Just different flavor.
This is why we can't win. This is why the Tellurian goes stronger every day.
Unless we give the new China a better offer.
Should I be the one to point out that Hong Kong is well known for its tensions to mainland China, that it really, really liked being British?
That would be the middle of me.
The youngest is the one that has the most power because of what the technocracy is giving him.
So, why don't we plan the fact that in recent years it's grown more powerful still, powerful enough to work.
As loath as I am to admit it, if you want to fight the youngest of me, it is the middle of me that you will need. I have been fading for a long time now.
I don't want to see you.
If you don't mind, sir, would you appreciate shrines made attuned to your aspect and to in my place, my people's place of power, and my friends here, gesturing to Arthur.
Sorry, you were breaking up through that.
Which I basically asked if he like a shrine attuned to his aspect of China to be erected in his specific terms in the group, the sept dedicated cockroach, and Arthur's place of power.
I get on better with Lung than Cockroach, though my other selves get on better with Cockroach.
I can probably talk with my Sentai slash pack mate, and if you so desire. She's a part of Lung's Dragon's Nest.
He'll nod. All that strengthens the ties to history, to what once made this city great, will strengthen me.
Alright, I'll speak with her then.
I'll begin working on a shrine in your honor within my sanctum.
Shrines in general seem to be most of what is left of the places that give me strength in these days. He does look old and tired and worn out.
And in your honor, I will speak with my Sepstraya and see if she can start our people will start safeguarding the museums that hold things of powerful antiquity that that hold significance in your aspect.
He'll nod in appreciation.
Okay.
The only thing left to do then is to talk to your middle and see what we can do to strengthen him as well.
He'll nod. That seems the wise route. He doesn't suddenly change. He's looking at you like...
Yeah. Oh, out of character old dude, he doesn't change that quickly.
Well, no, it's not that. It's that he doesn't control changes. None of them do.
It's basically whatever influence has touched a person is talking to him allows to change.
I mean, generally they cycle a lot slower than this. You know, they just kind of go through phases of like a day or so in one of them or another one and take turns, or sort of take turns. But if you trigger certain things, then things happen.
Hey, Lillian.
Influencing spirits.
you're the one that's the most influential with the middle aspect. How about you take the floor on this one?
Oh, I guess. I'm not very good at talking to people.
Start talking about it.
Out of character, it's a charisma empathy roll.
4 dice.
Actually, if you give me an intelligence awareness, probably.
Still 4 dice.
If you, just to see if you've kind of picked up on what might be likely to trigger him. That's a fail. Does anyone have common sense?
No.
I do.
Okay. I'm just going to roll a fate dice. Let's see whether you work this out. No.
Intelligence, primal urge.
Intelligence, spirit law.
I wish you could
I have
spell
intelligence umbra, so that's spirit lore.
Umbra law will do.
Part of me really wish you could spend willpower after you rolled right now.
1 success.
1 success.
I got 2.
Right, both of you. You are quite well aware that the middle spirit is mostly to do with British influence.
That's why I'm like.
Yes.
I nudge Willie and say, talk British to him. Start talking about England.
Yeah, you did say talk British to him. What do you think would really bring out the British patriotism of a member of the Empire?
Not the Queen.
Charlie speaks
up and says, God save the Queen.
Yeah.
In Irish Gaelic, this is so wrong. God save the Queen.
With a click, just straight back into the other guy. Gives a bit of a shake. Looks down at the broken crockery. Rumbles. Clicks his fingers and it all starts assembling back together again as a tea set.
All right. Now for the spirit talker again. I'm guessing charisma.
Yeah.
Or Lillian.
Yeah.
My turn or Lillian?
So I'll watch what you guys do later on the archive.
Okay.
Right. Later.
I roll the charisma empathy if I need to roll charisma empathy.
Excellent.
Yes, 2 successes.
So middle guy is going to give you a big smile. Pick up one of the teacups that has reassembled and hand it to you, saying, "Sorry about that."
Oh, it's perfectly all right. And my brain is too dead today to actually think of how Lily would go talking about him with the whole strengthening the city thing while still being polite and very British and giving him more information.
That's his empathy with Charlie to pick up the conversation with this dude.
Okay.
They double team him. Charlie gets the back, Lily gets the front.
Okay. Wording. I need to. Oh Lord.
So You know, what do you want to ask this guy?
Uh, this is basically British New Ageism, British Empire, China. Uh,
Play to the British Empire. Play to the British Empire. One of the
I'm gonna
longest lasting empires in the world and one of the most powerful. Play to it.
I'm gonna play into that, and I'm gonna. I seriously have. I'm. This is a U.S. dude's knowledge going off, and I'm like, question mark, question mark, question mark. I need help on the wording.
Yeah, exactly. I have the exact thing, except for me, I just because
Uh, Deb,
Yeah.
yeah.
uh, how would would someone that is probably Irish born but American raised word
The
word
greatness of the
this
British Empire.
word this conversation.
Right.
Point out the
Please
fact that
please comment sense me right now.
Right. Well, you know how the Americans are very. We got rid of the British, yay. And the Canadians are kind of. We're our own country, but we like the British.
Canada's thing was, yeah, we don't want to be fully British. We want to do our own thing.
We want to do our own thing, but, you know.
And Britain was like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Also, it helped that at the time Canada had just come back from burning down the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without the British help, the British were the ones that were losing battles. The Canadians were the ones that were just going, "Yep, let's go hurt people." Because the whole Napoleon thing was happening.
People try to use Canada's government model to see, I basically approach a conversation with him on how he would, how he, in his opinion, how can the city change to help him grow, and I would probably try and incorporate like Canada's government system as an example on how Hong Kong could could be.
Well,
I guess
obviously.
the other provinces.
Yeah, well, obviously, we need to get back under British control.
Well, you don't have to be.
Everything was so much better without China breathing down our necks.
You know, that's actually fairly easy to do because of the fact that the contract actually, out of your knowledge, that contract can be easily dismissed by Hong Kong's council, like at any time until it's been in effect for like 50 or 100 years. So yeah, that's really easy to get rid of right now.
Hong Kong can be its own 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 entity even without Britain. You can be your own spirit.
Of course, I might not have been there, but I'm pretty darn sure that that London is its own entity while being British.
Yes,
This is entirely true.
What I'm saying is, Hong Kong doesn't need China or the British Empire in general. Canada does its own thing on its own, but it still has the whole British influence in it. But influence like they like the British, but they're not British.
I don't know if you've noticed, but China tends to take everywhere over.
better to be a part
We're a
of someone
tiny
that can
little
help
country.
you.
We're a tiny little city. Okay, admittedly, there's a few other city bits, and we've got most of an island, but it's a small island compared with China.
I'm not. Okay, yeah, common sense tells me.
I think Lillian's just going to point out that if we just break that contract and do that, that means that China has to relinquish control, otherwise they...
Common sense will tell you that if someone isn't protecting Hong Kong, it's not going to go well for Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's why I'm pointing out that if we just do the whole break that contract, get the people in charge to nullify it, then it goes back to British rule and becomes part of Britain again. Just doing that's an easy solution. And it would also re-strengthen claims by Tibet to separate from China. And if China acts on either of those things by the rest of the world, it's effectively going to be declaring war on everyone. And China is not dumb enough to do that.
He wants to be part of China anyway.
Okay, out of character, would that make him numero uno? Meaning, would that make him like one? The dominant one out of the two?
If you go back to being British and manage to keep it that way, yeah, pretty much would make him the dominant one. Before the British left and the military person appeared, he was probably the more dominant of the two, even though the old guy is still hanging around.
Okay, and Charlie goes, can you influence your city council to break the contract with China?
What do you think I've been trying to do?
That probably explains why it's constantly shifting. I mean, you only need a 60%, so if you can get that, that's pretty easy, and it's always around a 50%, 55%. So, I have an idea, actually.
There are actually full-on rallies in Hong Kong on occasion. They've been getting less common as time goes on, which is probably another reason why Mr. Military has been growing in power. But yeah, there are full-on rallies with people going along with flags. There's a British colonial Hong Kong flag. It's got like the British flag in the corner, and the same way that Australia has the British flag in the corner. There is a British Hong Kong flag.
Yeah. So
he goes, I'm a part of the sect that's patroned by cockroach. You may our separate name is Rachel Tannenbaum. If you reach out, and she is of the Glasswalkers, if you reach out to Cockroach, ask for help on getting the contract, help from his children, on breaking the contract, it might tip the scales into your favor.
that would definitely help.
Cockroach is all kind of creepy.
Well, right now it might be the big, one of the more bigger helps supporters you could have.
Tell you what, you have a chat with them, see if they're interested in helping me out.
All right.
Just make sure they don't go helping out the younger one. Never can be too sure with these Libri types.
Oh yeah, seriously, I feel you on that one. And he just puts both his index finger, his hands, and his temples and start rubbing.
I could Google like one or two of the people on the council that are not voting that are probably not as well off.
I'm not going to act like I heard that, but I'm not going to say I'm going to agree with that.
Does Charlie say that?
Character.
Does Charlie say that to her?
Yes.
Saying
I'm going
it's a
to act like I
solution if we need it. I'm not saying I'm going to just go do that, Charlie. I'm not a freaking insane person. Mind control isn't necessarily always my solution or hurting people. Okay? But we're talking to a powerful spirit about how to save the city through various means, and I'm not good at the whole talking thing.
I can do that once I cross back into Tyrolean. I just need to make sure make sure me.
You know, this is probably a conversation you should have elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because younger me might be picking up on most of this. Probably not going to be happy.
It was Charlie, don't. Let's just back. Thank you for the help. You've been very polite. I'll come back some other time if Arthur or someone can get me over. We can talk more about London.
I bet she's all kind of sexy.
Well, when I go back home in a few months, I'll see if I can get Arthur to come with me and we can find out. I don't know if I can take pictures of her, but I'll see if I can.
Really? We need to go quickly.
Am I pimping London? Liliana says as they leave.
Deb?
Yeah?
It was Perception Primal Urge. How close is the youngest one to the surface?
How close is what to the surface, sorry?
The youngest one.
Oh, the youngest one. It seems like he's mostly under control at the moment. But at the moment, you're talking vagueness, and you're talking things that are encouraging to the middle one.
Yeah. We're encouraging the middle one. We just talked about going and getting him a date with London, hopefully.
Yeah, you're talking pro-Britishness without actually being talking
War.
anti-Chinese at the moment. Yeah. It's a fine line that you're dancing on.
Yeah, and that's why Lillian's saying thank you and trying to walk out. Because she has social graces enough to know when to leave. She does have etiquette too. Despite the fact she has manipulation and charisma too.
He real quickly jots down a letter on a piece of paper, folds it up, and passes it to the middle aspect as they're leaving, and walk away with Lillian. If the middle aspect opens it up and reads it, protect the museums.
Wait. Lillian's going to give the middle aspect a kiss on the cheek before leaving.
Yeah. And she'll probably get her butt squeezed. But yeah.
They will make terrifying spirit babies.
No. You've got to bear in mind that as much as it seems sexual, it's more like...
I know.
It's more like that if it actually went anywhere, Spirits probably wouldn't really know what to do with that thing. That kind of stuff. But it's kind of the playful banter flirting, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Spirits, you're a virgin.
We're walking out. We're walking out. And we basically do our respective crossings through the through the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
Did someone explain how Lillian uses the jade to get back through the gauntlet?
Go back to, if I remember correctly, go back to where you started, which Charlie would probably walk with you.
And then
Okay,
you
that's
back
good, because
forward.
otherwise I would just imagine Lillian just standing there for a second.
Yes.
Everyone else leaves and then sighing.
Jolie did tell you how to get back in case of an emergency, but that involves breaking the jade, which is a
Um,
bad plan. Whereas if you've got the time, you walk back to where you came in and you just go back out again.
yeah. Basically, you probably would have walked. You probably would have started this trip at the temple, the council temple.
Yeah.
But anyway, there the scene will end.